front end, but then power on the end.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Heat lead by 7. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Who's had the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's go to Doris Burke.
Kev, as you might have guessed, the uncontainable game today goes to the Miami Heat. It seems every offensive set they've gone to has worked with flying colors. It's definitely the kind of game they were hoping for before the tip.
And thank you, Doris. Spurs trail by 7. So with LeBron on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade, the tandem in the backcourt. Chris Bosh is out there with Shane Battier and a talent in at the 3 slot. And Green gets it to go. Here's Chalmers. He dishes it to Wade. Bosh, that's the pick for Wade. And the shot is good. And the Heat lead by 7.
That's what a good solid screen will do for you. Gets you a good look at the hoop.
Parker against Chalmers. To the middle. Here's Ginobili. And he makes good on the layup.
And Kevin, he's always aggressive offensively, but it seems like late in the game, he just becomes an assassin. I mean, when the game is in the balance, that's when he's at his best.
And I also want to point out how good he is at positioning himself defensively near the bucket. He knows how to draw a charge.
Goes up, and Bosh gets it to go on the assist by Battier. That's now 8 points for Chris Bosh.
Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight. The Heat leading by 5, and the Heat call time here.
Well, guys, as you know, I had a chance to play with Tim Duncan for 4 seasons in San Antonio, and he's one of the best teammates I ever had. Just the skill level combined with the humility and the leadership in the locker room, just an absolute joy to play with.
Steve, that's saying a lot. You played with Michael Jordan and Tim Duncan. That's not too bad on your resume. Clark, self-confidence, some would say ego, so often part of the makeup for professional athletes. With guys like Tim Duncan, that humility can be refreshing.
It is refreshing, and it's also empowering to the people that he's around and with. The distinction to me between confidence and ego comes down to respecting other people and valuing what they bring. And that's who he is and what he's been about since he's been in the league.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He said nobody but us believed we'd be in this position, and here we are. I'm proud of you guys tonight. Now go finish this thing off.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Haslam comes in for Shane Battier. And it's LeBron in for Ray Allen. Wade misses.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything.
And Duncan throws it down hard.
Both of these teams have really stepped it up offensively.
You know what, Steve? They haven't missed a chance, and I think both teams really know what's at stake on every possession here.
And Duncan, no good on that one.
Well, we all know about Tim Duncan's abilities as a player. The post-scoring, the passing, the defensive abilities. But I think one of his best traits has been the quiet leadership that he has provided for this Spurs team over the years.
Parker dishes to Ginobili. Back to Parker. Into Tim Duncan. Got a piece of it. 6 to shoot. Parker passes to Ginobili. Three-pointer. Is good.
Thank you, Ginobili.
Steve, going back to Duncan, you're talking about him and that leadership and what it's meant for that franchise, for that Spurs team. Clark, such a big part of their success.
Well, he plays the game unselfishly. He is a terrific star, a Hall of Fame player who doesn't see himself in that light. He produces, he leads his team.
Fish.
Ow! Big in big moments. He's done everything you could ask of a franchise player. You know, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Chalmers against Parker. Now, here's Chalmers. Defense is right there. James. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. And 11 points for LeBron.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Double team on Parker. Inside.
Oh.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Oh.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3
Run.
field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Our defense starts at the rim. You want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
Duncan misses. The Heat leading by 6. The dish now to Chalmers. Covered by Parker. And Chalmers kicks to Hazard. And that
Oh.
Boy, they keep going inside offensively, and guys, they've been very aggressive here.
Got huge advantage in points in the paint, and I think the defense has to make an adjustment to protect the middle. Yeah, offensively, it seems like they've just settled for long jump shots in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. You know, points in the paint and free throw attempts down. What does that mean? They're probably not attacking as much as they did earlier.
Oh my God!
Leonard against Chalmers. Shoots over Leonard. And Ginobili with a clear pit.
Ah, come on! Let's go, guys!
Play. Very few players have his explosiveness. I mean, man, can he ever fly to get to that rim?
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. 46 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Wade against Ginobili.
Fuzz, man. Game is done.
He gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
That's how you finish it off. Knock them all down and chalk up the W.
Parker dishes to Ginobili. Here's Duncan, and it's good. Terrific work on the offensive glass to make that one work.
He will fight you down low, guys. Really battles in there. He comes up with a lot of second chance buckets.
Parker with the steal.
And one. Come on, ref.
Puts the lead to just 5.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
So it's Miami now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Chalmers.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Well, nice work there to knock those free throws down.
Fuck.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trailed by 7. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, never say never, I guess. They just have no quit in them.
I think you have to respect that attitude and approach. I know most teams would have called it a game already.
So both teams changing it up here. He kicks it to Splitter.
Fuck. Yo, don't even foul, man.
Here's Cole. And so it's Miami winning this one. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down
Yay.
more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwayne Wade.
D. Wade.